Howdy, I'm Cass. I just have a question about like recent oh God, who made me a parent? How am I responsible for this tiny human sort of thing? Like I drive in Houston every day, so I've accidentally taught my toddler some colorful language, which she says at completely inappropriate times.
You drive in Houston?
Yeah, kind of
Okay.
don't have a choice.
It's okay.
So I was wondering if there's any recent parenting fails we were like, oh shit, like I can't believe that just happened, or...
Yeah, this wasn't really I guess we can call this a fail. Jen and I, we wanted to kind of make the house festive, and the boys were begging. We travel so much that the boys were like, can we stay in Austin for Christmas? I'm like, of course. I'm like, you know what? Let's try and make it a cool festive, and we like lights, and we decided to put some trees in the boys' rooms. You know, little small trees, but like have them, they both did ornaments at their schools, and it's like, cool, this will be a neat, and then before Christmas we'll all get together and put on the big tree downstairs. But this is an accidental fail. So Shep, who I call Drunk Jared, he'll be 5 in a week, but he's a pretty curious little kid, and I guess they were kind of misbehaving a little bit, and so Genevieve was like, Tom, Shep, go to your rooms. You just both need to kind of take some time, so go to your rooms, read a book, whatever. And about 15 minutes later, Tom starts yelling, Mom, Mom! And so Jen kind of goes up, she's like, yes. And they've all been sick. And Tom goes, Shep, he figured out a way to make the lights shock him. So, Shep had unplugged the lights and unscrewed them and then plugged it back in and touched the part. And you could figure out. Yeah. Funny, but not funny. And so Jen calls me, and it's another one of these moments where Jen calls, and I'm like, hey, and I see her face like, hey. And she's like, I need you to talk to Shep. I was like, what's going on? She's like, well, he almost tried to kill himself and burn the house down. I'm like, okay, well, tell me some more info so I know what's going on. So Shep gets on FaceTime. I'm like, hey, buddy, what happened? He's like, the lights got unplugged. You're like, okay, what else happened? He's like, and Jen's like, you're not gonna get in trouble, just tell your dad. He's like, well, I turned them in a circle. Like, you turn the lights in a circle? He's like, yeah, and then they came off, and when you touch it, it makes you feel funny. So, yeah, sort of an accidental fail, but you gotta be on your toes with these little guys. When Odette gets bigger.
Trust me, you'll be fine. I was recently one of the parents chaperoning a field trip for my daughter's kindergarten class. And I was the only dad. And which was fine, because I think there was like 4 moms and then me and the teachers. And so I was basically just the pack mule. Like, they'd load me up with the cooler and all the snacks and the backpacks and the jackets, and I'm just, which is fine. But at a certain point, they were like doing some like arts and crafts or something. This was out at a farm. And I noticed that, JJ was trying to get to the front where she could hear the counselor lady explain what was gonna happen. And one of the little boys shoved her. Because she kind of came up next to him, and he just turns and goes, boom! And then she turns around and like shoves him back, and nobody sees this but me. And shoves him back, and then he's like about to, it's about to escalate. And so I just kind of grab his arm and I just kind of move him over here. I wanted to do more. And I diffused it very quickly before anybody really even saw it. And then because I did that, he kind of got upset and went over to his mom, who happened to be there as well. Didn't say anything, was just like upset. And mom was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And he was just like, nothing. So I was like, hello, punk. And that wasn't necessarily the fail. The fail came later when we were going over to the goat pen, and these goats had horns. And it said very clearly on the gate to stay back from the fence because the horns can get through and can get you. So I walked a few of them over there to supervise, and here comes little buddy. Why don't you go see if one can come over to you? And one started to kind of motor over to him, and he was right against the fence, and I was literally just holding the other like 4 kids back, and I'm like, shh, just let it happen. I will say though that before the goat got too close, I reached over and I grabbed the back.
Pushed him.
Yeah. I grabbed the back of his collar, pulled him back, and I was like, no, let's go, come on back. But it was an attempted fail. I got to be careful. I got to curb that because I know I'm going to be put in that situation a lot with 3 kids.
But this is the way he pulled the kid back. Right as the goat was getting close, he's like, all right. I was saving him. I had to save him from the goat. The goat was going to get him. Back up, kid, back up. Yeah. Hey. I think that's good parenting, though.
Anyway, I think that's good parenting.
Well, I had a moment at the food trailers. I never tell the knife story at the trailer. Okay, I'll tell it another time. I don't go to prison.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Daniela. I was wondering, Jensen, what was it like filming the house tour with Daniil and Jared? Do you think you and Jen would ever consider doing it as well?
You first?
Filming the house, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool. It was an afternoon. They came in and we gave a tour, which, you know, we've done with our friends numerous times. So it was just kind of like giving our friends a quick little tour of the house. We have a lot of fun items in our house that we've taken time to curate and put up. So there's a lot of funny stories that kind of is integrated into our home, and some people find that boring, others find it interesting. I don't know, but yeah, it was cool. And Architectural Digest was really they were super professional, and yeah, it was a nice time. I really had nothing to do with it. I just kind of showed up, and they were like, "Okay, here's your cameras," and I'm like, "What are we doing? What's happening?" They're like, "We're gonna give a tour of the house to Architectural Digest." Oh, all right, welcome. So it was cool though. It was fun.
Fun to watch. I don't know if we would ever do an in-depth one, but we kind of show our house anyways. You know, like we'll do different shoots for Jen's Instagram, or we'll take pictures inside or outside and post them, or little videos here and there. So I don't know. I guess time will tell, but I feel like we kind of already let a little glimpse of our world into the stratosphere, the intrawebs. We'll see. I guess time will tell.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Say again? We've done, yeah, we have a bunch of stuff in the house. Why did you get rid of the doll? The doll? The doll? Oh, the scary doll?
Oh. Yeah, it's
his favorite. Now leave it.
No, it's like part of her, it's like her great-grandmother's or something like that. Like it's there to stay, let's just say that. But it's not gonna stop creeping me out, so.